So you clicked on this video because you too are probably wanting to build a flatbed for your Toyota pick-em-up truck. And just FYI, this is an unedited video. I don't have time for that. I scoured YouTube trying to find some cool flatbed designs and couldn't really find a whole lot. So I decided to come up with my own idea. Now just to FYI, before we begin, before we click off this video, this garage is a complete disaster. I've got too many projects to do, not enough time. That's life. So, excuse the complete disaster of my garage shop. But without further ado, here is the bed that I'm working on. This is all handmade. I bought the steel locally here in the state I reside. Obviously, don't try to go to Home Depot and buy your steel because you'll just get ripped off. So far in just a bed, I think, I don't have the receipt on me. I think I have 200. No, I got another sheet. That one. Okay, so I got about $300 so far in this bed that you're looking at, including some material I got left over that I haven't used yet, which is some 1x2 by 14 gauge and 1.5 square by 14 gauge and a 1.5 by 14 gauge round stock. So what we got going on here? First thing I did was built the inside frame. Okay, this was my choice, this was my design, this is what I decided to do. I'm not going to be hauling a whole lot in this bed, but it's still pretty sturdy. So I built an inside frame that went to the very back of the truck, about a 1/4 inch over the frame. Okay, went all the way around and about 1 inch from the cab. Okay, this plate right here that I built the center frame out of, and also the cross members out of, is 1 inch by 2 inch, 1/8 inch steel, cold rolled. You can see I got 2 inch facing up, 1 inch on its side. I think this worked out great. Once you see the rest of it. Then from there, I built the outside skeleton of it, which is 1.5 square tubing by 14 gauge wall. Okay, I more or less got that going all the way around the bed, except for the wheel wells that I made, which, okay, these welds are not beautiful. I'm not an expert welder, so excuse the pile of mess, but this right here is 1 inch by 3 inch. Well, hold on. Now the YouTube video is going to take a strange switch to where I'm finding a measuring tape. Yeah. So this right here is 1 inch by 3 inch. 45, 45. These are at 45 degree angles. And I think that will work out just fine. I got more clearance here than my axle will actually allow. If I put bigger tires on this thing, I don't know what I'm going to do. But if I put bigger tires on it, I'm going to lift it. So maybe a 4 inch lift and some 35s one day. But cut at 45, and that's what I got there. So I made the inside frame. Now I made the outer skeleton, which you need 4 foot level and 3 what I call torpedo levels. If you got a 2 foot level, that would be ideal for when you're leveling these right here out. Okay, and then this material right here is also 1 inch by 2 inch by 1/8 inch rectangle. I welded the outer skeleton to the inner frame, and then I got on this thing and put my weight on it, and I knew I was going to do these braces anyhow. but it was so flimsy when I put my weight on it. But now, I mean, it doesn't move at all. I mean, I'm practically moving the entire truck when I put my weight on it. So that worked out great. I got 3 braces across. Okay. This right here is also 1.5 square tubing. That's how I kind of did the headache. It's not really a headache rack. I was gonna do a full headache rack, but I just kind of decided against it halfway through. I don't think it turned out too bad. Obviously, I'm not too big of a fan of this, but that's how it turned out. I should have cut the square tubing differently and made it go straight in. So if you work on this, just remember that when you get to these edges, to leave the bottom edge a little longer so it cuts in. I may fix that in the future. Probably not. But that's pretty much it. Let me find... And by the way, I don't have professional tools here. Okay, this is a daggum AutoZone Great Neck angle grinder I bought 10 years ago that hasn't died yet. But I guess I'll show you real quick. These are my grinding blades that I use. I don't know if you can find these, but man, are they awesome. I'm sure there's probably some better ones out there, but at $5 a pop, I mean, you can't beat it. Cutoff wheels, I'm using Harbor Freight Bauer cutoff wheels. They actually cut pretty fast, and they have a pretty good lifespan on them, so I like them. That's what I would go with. I haven't had any shatter. Of course, I wear a full face shield when I do all my grinding and cutting, just for argument's sake. But what I'm going to show you is in these open areas right in here. When I'm right here, I may do 2x10 and cut it down, because this is actually 9 3/4 of an inch. I may do that just so it's even on the outside right here and even on the inside. But down here, I know for a fact I'm going to do probably 1/2 inch ply. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this angle that I got here, which is 3/4 inch angle iron, and I'm going to cut some tabs and weld a few tabs up on here, and just use that to secure the ply, and it'll be even with the outside going all the way up. And the inside, I was wanting to do 2x6s, but I think I'd probably be better off doing 2x10s in here. That's why I went with this 1.5 inch square, because 2x4s and 2x10s, 2x6s, when they dry out, they're 1.5 inch thick. So I gotta grind a few welds down here, so excuse that, but you're looking at a level surface right here. So, well, actually, the 2x10 is actually peaking a little over, but that's perfectly fine. That's not gonna hurt anything. And then to secure these, I'm gonna secure them from underneath with some 1 5/8 inch deck screws. So I welded some angle in here, just skip welded it every few inches, put an 1.5 inch bead, and I'll just drill some holes and go up from underneath. But I also have some carriage bolts, so I may do carriage bolts. We'll see. Got to go back and cap the ends. But that's pretty much, well, I said that's pretty much it, but it's not. That's pretty much it. The round tubing is going to be the bottom of my tailgate. Okay, and I'll probably weld a little stop on to the bottom of here, maybe out of some 3/8 inch round rod or something like that, so the tailgate doesn't go, flop all the way. Well, it won't flop all the way down, but it will go at like a 45-degree angle or something. But I'm gonna cut a channel in this side over here, and basically do like you would do on a normal pickup truck bed. Have a round hole in here, and on the end of the round tubing, I'm gonna cut another piece and make an oval and leave me a cutout spot about right in here, so that way the round stock can just slide in here at an angle, and then when it's folded flat, it'll stay locked, and when it's straight up, it'll stay locked. And here I'm gonna do some type of pin in the top piece of square. But that is it as far as the bed. Told y'all the measurements on the steel that I used. The welder I used is a Harbor Freight MiG 170 with 35 wire, and I did use it as a MIG welder, of course. So I got 75-25. And the gas cap, this is the last thing I'm gonna mention. It protrudes out a little bit, but this is just rubber hose, so actually it's pretty firm. I may get a new filler neck hose and basically plunge this thing in, or I may try to do some type of bracketry here, or see if I can find a factory slot that fits in on the Toyota beds, but that's gonna be probably hard to find, because I mean, this bed was created because I can't find a reasonable Toyota pickup bed, not one that's rusted out. I mean, anything above the Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi state line is just rot. That's all they are. So that's what inspired this build. That's why I built it. But that's it. If you got any questions, just ask them down in the comment section. When I get time, I'll respond. If I need to, I'll make another video for you. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.